Hi, my name is Angel. Welcome back to my channel and happy October. I am so excited to be in October. Halloween is my favorite holiday. Love spooky stuff, so I'm so excited for all of the spooky reads this month. So horror does make up 50% of the books that I've read so far this year, but I do read some other genres from time to time. I read sci-fi, general fiction, a romance every now and then. But my goal for October is to read nothing but horror, with one tiny little exception, but I think it still counts. We'll talk about that in a minute. But welcome to my TBR video, which is very, very ambitious. I think I have something like probably over 30 books that I want to read this month. So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we're gonna try our best to make it happen. So I have a whole bunch of horror books checked out from my library here. I'm picking up more today. I'm not going to talk about each and every single one of them because I have a couple videos planned for like fun ways to pick my TBR for a week, so I don't want to spoil everything that's on the TBR that could possibly be chosen for those videos, if that makes sense. But I do want to talk about my absolutely 100% I'm going to read this month books, and I have 14 of those. I'm not even sure where to start. Let's start with, I have 3 books that I really want to read this month, and I'm not even sure why. It's just like, you know when a book has been on your TBR and maybe it's been there for years, and then one day it just starts like calling to you and you're like, can't get that book out of your head. These 3 books are that for me, where it's just like, there is something calling me to them and I really want to read them. So the first one is Theme Music. I have heard so much about this book over the years and it's just been like increasing. I think within the past 2 weeks I've seen so much more like reels and Instagram posts and things about this book, which makes me want to read it even more since it's been on my TBR for a long time. So definitely gonna have to get to this. I feel like it'll have the perfect spooky October vibes. Then we have House of Cotton. I'm not even sure why this one calls to me. I think it's just the gorgeous cover. It's also got a very low average rating, and maybe that speaks to me because I want to know if I can find a favorite in a book that a lot of people dislike. So we're gonna give House of Cotton a try. Another one in this category that I have to go pick up from the library later is The Grip of It. Once again, I have absolutely no idea why. This one has just been speaking to me recently. I don't even know what it's about, but it's been on my TBR for a while. So I think I'm definitely going to have to read that this month. And then the only other books that are on my 100% I'm going to read list that are from the library. Wow, that was a sentence. The Ritual by Adam Nevill. I love Adam Nevill's writing. I've read a couple of his things. The Ritual obviously is the most popular one. I love the movie, so I think I'll love the book, and I think it'll be the perfect spooky book for Halloween, so very, very excited to read this one. And then one that I don't have checked out yet is Pen Pal, which has been on my TBR for years. Literally, it's one of the longest standing books that's been on my like TBR shelf on Goodreads. So I'm super, super stoked obviously to be reading that one. I am still waiting. Somebody else has it checked out before me at the library, but it is set to come within the month of October. So I will probably drop everything to read that book. And I think it like started as a creepypasta, which I love. I used to like stay up all night when I was 13 just reading creepypastas, so I'm so excited for that book. So let's put these 3 back up here and then we'll talk about some other books that I do want to read. So a lot of them are on Kindle Unlimited. So some of the ones on Kindle Unlimited that I'm trying to read is some David Sodergren book. I have read The Horror by him and have just been dying to read another one because The Horror very quickly became one of my top books for the year. I think he's a great writer, so I'm really, really excited to read another one of his books. I think they're all on Kindle Unlimited. They all have fascinating descriptions, so I'm definitely going to have to read at least one of his. Another one on Kindle Unlimited that I've been dying to pick up is Mastodon. I don't even know what this book is about, but I love the cover and I think it's going to give off the perfect like mix of things that I love when it comes to horror, at least judging by the cover. So very excited to get to read that one. I didn't even know it was on Kindle Unlimited till recently, so that works very well for me. And then I'm also trying to read The Last House on Needless Street. For months I've been saying I'm gonna get to this book this month, I'm gonna get to it this month, and then not ever getting to it. So it's October, Halloween, I most definitely have to get to it this month. And please make me keep my word on that, because I'm dying to read this book. Like, I've heard mixed things about it. I've heard that it's good, but it's like weird and confusing. So I think I could really, really love that. And then I have a certain video planned with some other books on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not going to talk about all of them right now, but two that I will mention are Call Lake by Ethan Richards and Shockwaves by Matt Kurtz. So I'm excited to read those ones and do that video. Then I just recently got approved for an arc of An Ordinary Violence, and this one I feel like I definitely have to read because it releases on Halloween. So I definitely need to read it for Halloween. So we have that one going as well. And then I just ordered a copy of Rouge by Mona Awad. I am a Mona Awad stan, and I'm so stoked for this book. I've been waiting so long. So I had a hold on it at the library, but then Aardvark Book Club had Rouge as one of their October picks. So of course I picked that. Canceled my hold at the library because that should be coming pretty soon, and I'm very, very excited to read that one this month. Just to read that one in general, regardless of the month. I love Mona Awad, and I cannot wait because Rouge sounds like the type of horror that I really love. Okay, and the last two books are the two that could possibly be an exception to this rule. They're not of the horror genre, but they are nonfiction that is about horror, so I feel like that still works. So the first one is It Came From the Closet, Queer Reflections on Horror, which I'm just so excited to read. I think it's like essays from different queer people that talk about different horror movies and how they impacted the LGBT plus community and impacted maybe their own personal experiences with their sexuality and things like that. So I'm very, very excited to read that. I love horror movies, so I'm very excited to read about horror movies and also in the context of LGBT. And the other nonfiction that I want to read is The Black Guy Dies First, Black Horror Cinema from Fodder to Oscar, which is supposed to be an exploration of just black horror. Like, think of Jordan Peele and like the rise of Get Out and how like that got so popular, and I don't know, just black creators in horror, black horror cinema. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm very, very excited to read it and just see what it has to talk about. I don't know. I love reading nonfiction, and I'm trying to read more nonfiction and really just broaden my horizon. So there are 14 books that I'm 100% going to try to read this month. Obviously, we still have all of these that I want to read. Like I said, I'm picking up more from the library today, so that'll be a fun time. I will let you guys know that one of the videos I do have planned does involve my Instagram followers. So my Instagram will be linked in the description if you guys want to be friends on there, and keep an eye on my story this month to see if there's any fun little polls if you guys want to be in charge of what I read for a week. And with that being said, that is my very, very ambitious October TBR. Wish me luck. Happy October once again. I hope you guys have a fantastic reading month, and I'm gonna manifest that for myself as well. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time.